Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I'm in the Singapore Rhododendron collection of Perdana Botanic Gardens in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Well, what's a Singapore Rhododendron? It's also called the Indian Rhododendron, but if I understand that right, it's not really native to India, but it is native to Singapore and to most of Southeast Asia. Well, the classic Singapore Rhododendron, Melastoma malabathricum, I think this should be this plant here. Fortunately, not a single label in this collection, but the plants are visually very different. Well, what's the Singapore Rhododendron good for? It's of course a very popular plant in tropical horticulture because you cannot grow rhododendrons, real rhododendrons and roses and other such things very well in tropical climate, but a tropical rhododendron replaces them there. It has a lot of medicinal uses. You can chew the roots or even the young branches to relieve toothache. That's what I do sometimes when I'm in the jungle. And of course the fruit are edible, which is the reason I'm making this video. They're actually one of the most popular berries when you hike around, usually not in the jungle, but in clearings or above the tree line or along jungle roads and so on. So let's see what we can find. I'm not sure which one of those plants are different species. Some might just be varieties of Melastoma malabatricum. Well, this first one with those small, very ornamental leaves has neither flowers nor fruit. The second one is quite tall, with quite small flowers and quite dry fruit. Well, when the fruit are ripe, this lid basically pops off and the fruit is exposed and can be eaten by birds. Actually, you eat the inside of the fruit. That's what you eat. And if it's not raining a lot, like around here, it's not raining it. Now we are in the afternoon, so a lot of sun and heat. The fruit dry up quite quickly. Still quite nice. It's a little bit gritty. Tastes like you are eating sand or a guava. But tasty. Sweet. Slight trace of bitterness, maybe a trace of sourness. So this was this one. Here we have one which has been fruiting profusely, and you can see the fruit are much bigger and juicier. Look how they are bleeding all over the place. I don't know if this fruit is still good to eat. Oh, look at that. The other one didn't stain my fingers at all because it was so dry, but this one, this variety is different. A lot less gritty and much sweeter. Bigger and juicier. Yeah. This one is definitely better. They have pruned the albino. So they have 3 albino shrubs here, which seem to be of the same variety. That's what the flowers look like. And the fruit have a very interesting color. They are not dark purple, but they are orange. So the fruit of the albino are orange. Those taste like they are not just as ripe. Even this one, which in my opinion is also drying up and should be ripe. Less sweetness, a bit more bitterness, and I can also taste some sourness. There is one grown a little bit away from the rest. Very few flowers and only one unripe fruit. The flowers look very different. I think this is a different species. But it's, well, those here look similar. This could be the same species / variety. More flowers, but do they have any fruit? Well, this fruit seems to have been aborted. It will never ripened. I really would like to know what the fruit of this big, oh look, very small leaves, but big, beautiful flowers. Really looks like a different species, but no, cannot find a single fruit. Here is again one more normal looking one. Let's try its fruit. Still amazed about this one with those big dark black juicy fruit. Maybe one of the best Singapore rhododendron I've ever eaten. Well, I really would like this big fruited variety, this big flowered variety to have some ripe fruit anywhere, but nope. No ripe fruit around here. I might get lucky with this one. This is again some more normal looking one. Normal size fruit and flowers, meaning quite big. Normal size leaves and flowers, meaning bigger leaves and smaller flowers. Here you can see again one of the ripe fruit which has bursted open, Nice, quite sweet, but again grittier than the big one with the dark oozing fruit. There were some more on the other side. Well, 2 months ago none of those plants was fruiting, so I came back. I remembered them and came back 2 months later. So of course now not everything is fruiting, but at least we already tasted 3 very distinct ones and 2 which were maybe just doublets, just the same stuff. Well, this seems to be the big flowered stuff, but not a single fruit. Here are some more. Again, the big stuff, but no ripe fruit. Exactly the same thing here, no ripe fruit. Maybe it's later in season. It also seems to have a lot less pollinated fruit. Well, those shrubs are growing in a swampy area. I don't really want to go there. So let's see, over there were a couple more. Here is one, flowers, but no fruit. Lots of fruit and even some ripe ones. Quite big, well, medium size, but not too juicy. About this one here, quite large fruit. Here is one. A bit better, but also a bit more sour. Here another one. This one was more sweet. Don't know if those are some individual differences between the single specimens, if it's just the ripeness of the fruit, but I don't think it ripens much more after it pops open. I don't think those are different varieties, so let's see. Basically the best one was this one with those big fruit which were bleeding out as soon as they got wet. This shrub here. Let's try a couple more of its fruit. Definitely the clear winner of today's taste comparison. Well, here is one. I hope it's still good. Yeah, okay, at least not rotten. On this side I saw a lot more, but most are over the water. Not going in there. Here is a big one. And another big one. And another big one. So, this one I have to remove the... Okay. And now I'm left with 3 from the best shrub. Yeah. Definitely nice. It reminds me, well, taste-wise, reminds me more of blueberries or some other vaccinium than of rubus. Quite interesting. Not bad, those things. Especially since you can find them all over Southeast Asia, along roads and forest roads and everything. Quite tasty, the Singapore rhododendron. Also, if you have toothache, just chew on a little branch. Well, so 3 very distinct ones, and all the other ones, I'm not sure if they were not just some members of the normal species Melastoma malabathricum. And this one with the big fruit, we couldn't taste it. With the big flowers and small leaves, we couldn't taste it yet. What a pity, but still, I today tasted more Singapore rhododendron varieties than in all my previous life, so I'm quite happy. So folks, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful city of Kuala Lumpur. And don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.